I remember the exact moment my world ended. It was supposed to be the happiest night of my life. The night I became his wife. But instead it became the night I became a widow. My husband died just hours after we said, "I do." And for 7 days I mourned him. I cried. I screamed. I buried the love of my life. But then, on the 7th day, I found something. Something that made my blood run cold. Because the man I buried might not have been the man I married. Hi, my name is Aisha. And before you judge me, before you try to make sense of what I'm about to say, just listen. 'Cause even now, I don't know what was real and what was a lie. I met him on a rainy evening. The kind of rain that feels like it carries stories, like something important is about to happen. His name was Zain. He wasn't just handsome. He had this calm presence. Like he understood the world better than everyone else. We met by accident. Or at least that's what I thought. I had dropped my phone outside a cafe. The screen shattered. And before I could even react, a voice behind me said, "Asterisk, careful. Some things break easier than they should." Asterisk, I turned around. And there he was, holding my phone, smiling. That was the beginning. We talked for hours that night. About life, about dreams, about fears we had never told anyone else. It felt impossible, how quickly he understood me. Like he already knew me. And maybe that should have been my first warning. But when you're in love, you don't look for warnings. You look for reasons to stay. Within months we were inseparable. He remembered everything about me. My favorite songs. My fears. Even the things I never said out loud. And one night, under the same rain where we first met, he proposed. No grand crowd. No cameras. Just him, and a simple question, asterisk, do you trust me with your whole life? Asterisk, and without hesitation, I said yes. Our wedding was beautiful. Too beautiful. Almost unreal. Everyone kept saying the same thing, asterisk, you two are perfect together. Asterisk, and I believed them. But there were moments. Small ones that didn't make sense. Zain would disappear for minutes at a time. His phone kept buzzing, but he never answered it in front of me. Once, I asked him, asterisk, is everything okay? Asterisk, and he smiled that same calm smile and said, asterisk, nothing you need to worry about. Asterisk, and I didn't. Because love makes you blind. That night, everything felt quiet. Too quiet. We were finally alone. No guests. No noise. Just me and my husband. He looked tired. Not the kind of tired you get from a long day, but something deeper. Like he was carrying something heavy. Something he couldn't put down. Asterisk, Zain, are you okay? Asterisk, I asked again. And this time he didn't answer immediately. He just looked at me like he was memorizing my face. Like it was the last time he would ever see me. Then he said something I will never forget. Asterisk, if something happens, promise me you won't stop looking for the truth. Asterisk, I laughed nervously. Asterisk, what are you talking about? Nothing's going to happen. Asterisk, but he didn't laugh. And then everything changed. He collapsed. Right in front of me. No warning. No time to react. 1 second he was standing, and the next he was on the floor not breathing. I screamed. I called for help. I begged him to wake up. But he didn't. He never did. The doctors said it was sudden cardiac arrest. These things happen, they told me. Asterisk, there was nothing anyone could do. Asterisk, but I knew. Deep down something wasn't right. And I was about to find out just how wrong everything really was. Because 7 days later, while going through his things, I found a hidden phone. And what was inside it proved my husband had been hiding a life I knew nothing about. My husband died on our wedding night. For 7 days I believed it was a tragedy. But on the 7th day, I found a phone he never told me about. And that's when everything started to fall apart. It was buried at the bottom of his suitcase, wrapped inside a shirt I had never seen before. First I thought it was just an old phone. But when I turned it on, my hand started shaking. Because it wasn't old. It was active. And it was locked. I shouldn't have tried to open it. Maybe my life would have been easier if I didn't. But something inside me, something Zain himself had awakened, kept repeating his last words. Don't stop looking for the truth. So I tried. Again and again. Until I entered my name. Aisha. And the phone unlocked. That's when fear truly began. The first thing I saw was a different name. Not Zayn. The phone belonged to someone named Rayhan. My heart dropped. I checked the photos, and every single one was of him. My husband. But in those pictures he looked like a different person. Different clothes. Different places. Different life. There were photos of him with people I had never seen before. Strangers who looked too close to him to be strangers. Then I found the messages. And that's when everything shattered. One message read, "You were never supposed to fall in love with her." Another, "Finish it before it gets complicated." My hands went cold. What did that mean? Finish what? Was I part of something? Then I saw the final message. Sent just hours before our wedding. "This is your last chance. Walk away, or deal with the consequences." I couldn't breathe, because suddenly his death didn't feel like an accident anymore. I wanted to believe there was an explanation, that maybe this was all a misunderstanding. So I kept searching, scrolling, digging deeper into a life he never shared with me. And then, I found a video. It was him, sitting in a dark room, looking straight into the camera. If you're watching this, then something went wrong. My heart stopped. My name is insane. Everything inside me broke. My real name is Rayhan, and I was sent to you for a reason. Sent? Sent by who? Why me? Tears blurred my vision as I kept watching. At first it was just a job. Get close to you. Gain your trust. That's it. A job. I felt sick. But I didn't expect to fall in love with you. I covered my mouth, trying not to scream. Now, I don't know how to fix this, because the people I work for, they don't forgive mistakes. The video cut off. Just like that. And suddenly his last words made sense. This wasn't just betrayal. This was something much bigger. Something dangerous. I didn't sleep that night. I couldn't. Because the more I thought about it, the more one question haunted me. Why me? What was so important about me, that someone would send a man to marry me? The answer came the next morning, in the form of a knock on my door. 3 men, dressed in black. Serious. Silent. Aisha. I nodded, barely able to stand. "We need you to come with us." My heart started racing. "Who are you?" They looked at each other. Then one of them said something that changed everything. "We're here because of Rayhan." Not Zayn. Rayhan. He failed his mission. Mission. The word echoed in my head. "And now you need to finish it." My world didn't just break. It transformed into something I didn't recognize anymore. My husband was never who I thought he was. His love might have been real, or it might have been the biggest lie of all. But one thing was certain. His death was not the end of the story. It was just the beginning. Because now they were coming for me. And the truth I was about to uncover was far more dangerous than I ever imagined. My husband wasn't who I thought he was. His name wasn't even real. He was sent to me as part of a mission. And now the people behind it wanted me to finish what he started. I didn't want to go with them. Every instinct in my body told me to run. But I didn't. Because deep down, I needed answers. They took me to a place far outside the city. Quiet. Isolated. The kind of place where secrets don't escape. Inside, everything felt cold. Controlled. Planned. Then, I saw something that made my heart stop. File. With my name on it. Not just my name, my entire life. Every detail. My childhood. My school. My family. Even things I barely remembered. What is this? My voice trembled. One of them looked at me and said, "You were never random." My mind went blank. "You were chosen. Your father." My heart skipped a beat. Was one of us. I froze. That couldn't be true. My father died years ago. He was just a normal man. A kind man. But then they showed me proof. Photos. Documents. Secrets he had taken to his grave. He wasn't just a man. He was part of something powerful. Something hidden. And you inherited something valuable. What do you mean? Information. They explained everything. Or at least enough to terrify me. My father had hidden critical data before he died. Something people were willing to kill for. They believed I was the key to finding it. That's why they sent Rayhan. To get close to me. to gain my trust, to find the truth. But he failed. Because he fell in love. Tears filled my eyes. So it was real. At least part of it. Then why is he dead? I whispered. The room went silent. And then one of them said something that shattered me completely. Because he chose you over us. They showed me one final recording. It was from the night of our wedding. Rayhan sitting alone, holding something in his hand. Poison. I can't do it, he said in the video. I won't use her. I won't hurt her. My chest tightened. If you're watching this, Aisha, I'm sorry. Tears streamed down my face. I was sent to lie to you, but loving you was the only truth I ever had. I collapsed to the floor. They won't let me walk away. So this is the only way I can protect you. Protect me. That's when it hit me. He didn't just die. He chose to die. For me. Now you understand, they said. Finish what he couldn't. They wanted the information. The secret my father left behind. And they believed I could find it. For a moment, I was silent, broken, lost. But then, something inside me changed. Rayhan didn't die so they could win. He died so I could be free. I looked at them and for the first time, I wasn't afraid. I don't know where it is, I said. And that part was true. But even if I did, I would never give it to you. The room went cold. They smiled. Not angry. Not surprised. Almost impressed. That's exactly what he said. My heart stopped. Which is why this isn't over. Before I could react, everything went dark. When I woke up, I was alone. No building. No men. No answers. Just one thing. A note. In his handwriting. Trust no one. And underneath it a single key. I don't know what it unlocks. I don't know who I can trust. But one thing is clear. My husband's death wasn't the end. It was a warning. Now, I'm part of something I can't escape. So if you're watching this, and you think this is just a story, I wish it was. Because the truth is, they're still out there. And I think they're watching me. And maybe now that you know, they're watching you too. If this story gave you chills, or made you question what's real, then make sure you hit that subscribe button right now because this is just the beginning. There are more stories like this, darker, deeper, and even more shocking coming your way. Comment below, do you think Rayhan really died? Or is there something even bigger going on? And if you stayed till the end, you're officially part of this journey now. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because the next story might be even more terrifying than this one.